Kennedy Jr. has officially been sworn in as the new Secretary of Health and Human Services. Yesterday, the Senate voted to confirm him 52 to 48. Former Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was the only Republican to vote no. Members of the Senate Judiciary Committee also advanced the nomination of Kash Patel as FBI Director. It now heads to the Senate floor for a full vote. For more on this, I'm joined by CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns, also wearing like a maroon reddish color on Capitol Hill this morning. Caitlin, let's start with RFK Jr. McConnell voted against him, the only Republican to do so. How significant is that?
Yeah, Errol, this is a fascinating position to see McConnell in. You remember him as the leader of the Republican Senate. He's no longer in that position, and he has been kind of freed up to oppose Trump and his nominees when he wants to. This is the third nominee that he has voted against. He voted against Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. He voted against Tulsi Gabbard, the intelligence director, and yesterday voted against Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now, this is not necessarily a surprise because he has been critical of Kennedy in the past, particularly his position on vaccines. Remember, McConnell is a polio survivor and has been adamant, of course, that vaccines are incredibly important. And actually, Errol, in his statement yesterday explaining why he didn't vote for Kennedy, he really pulled no punches. He said that Kennedy trafficked in conspiracy theories and was helping to erode trust in public institutions. And so while he was the lone Republican to vote against him, it's still significant that you have a person that is not in a leadership position, is, kind of at the end of his career here, making that leap to vote against the president.
And speaking of pulling punches, you had Linda McMahon of WWE and WWF
Teed
fame.
that up for you,
yes,
didn't
you did
we?
it perfectly. I couldn't resist. She had her first confirmation hearing yesterday to become Secretary of the Department of Education. What's new on that front?
That's right. You know her as the CEO of Worldwide Wrestling, and now she's in this really unique position of trying to get support to run an agency that Trump wants to get rid of. He has said on the campaign trail, and he has said from the Oval Office that he wants to abolish the Department of Education, and he wants McMahon to essentially put herself out of a job. Now, yesterday we heard McMahon acknowledge that to abolish the Department of Education, that would require an act of Congress, and that was something she was pressed on by both Democrats and Republicans, so that's significant there. But she did talk about wanting to move some of the core functions of the Department of Education to other agencies. And so she also said, though, notably, that they don't want to defund programs that the Education Department puts forth. So that's kind of a significant laying down of the marker there. But anything to actually dismantle, to get rid of the Department of Education would require an act of Congress. It's notable, though, Errol, that most of the funding for state, for education actually comes from state and local governments. The federal government only contributes about 13% to funding for education.
Didn't realize that. Really interesting points there. CHB, thanks so much. Please do enjoy your weekend.